Pay homage to the Buddha, Samma Sambuddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times before we start our Dhamma talk. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Dear faithful devotees, dear brothers and sisters in the Dhamma, today I am going to explain Dakthina Vibhanga Sutta, the discourse on the exposition of offerings. Now, what is the meaning of offering according to that sutta? Still, we are discussing about the talk on generosity, Dana Kata. Okay, now first of all, you have to know what is the background of this sutta. What is the we can say what's the cause? What's the reason? Then and during the first Sangha Council moment, Bhante Ananda already recited that sutta in front of Mahasangha. Evam me sutang, I have heard. Thus, I heard. Ekan samayam bhagava sakkesu viharati kapilavattusmi nigrodharami. On one occasion, the Blessed One was living in the Sakyan country at Kapilavattu city in Nigrodha's park. Now, do you remember that usually 1 year after enlightenment, our Lord Buddha with 20,000 monks together went to the Kapilavattu city to visit the parents and relatives. Actually, King Suddhodana, our Buddha's the father, King Suddhodana, the already 10 group sent to the meet the Buddha, and he sent the message for the Buddha. Please come to the own country, the home city, to see us. But anyway, 1 year after enlightenment, our Lord Buddha with Sangha went there. At that time, all the Sakya, all the relatives, the royal family members, they provide the monastery for the Buddha and for the Sangha. Actually, they build up the monastery nearby the banyan tree. Nigrodh is a banyan tree. Banyan. Yeah, near the banyan, around the banyan tree. So okay, this is a place. But anyway, maybe after one time, this is first time our Lord Buddha visited, but later on also Lord Buddha already visited there. At that time, happening this thing. Atako Maha Prajapati Gotami Navang Dussa Yugang Adaya Yena Bhagava Tenupa Sankam. Then the Maha Prajapati Gotami, we can say foster mother of our Lord Buddha, our Bodhisattvas, the foster mother, or maybe the Queen Mahamaya Devi's youngest sister. Took a new pair of cloth and went to the Blessed One. Okay. I think they had a footnote regarding the who is the Gotami and everything you can read by yourself. Upasankamitva bhagavantang abhivaditva ekamantan nisidi ekamantan nisinnako maha pajapati gotami bhagavantang etad vocha. Now after paying homage to the Lord Buddha, she sat down at one side and said to the Lord Buddha, Venerable Sir, idam me bhante navan dussayugam bhagavantang uddissa samang kantang samang vaitang. Tang me bhante bhagava patiganhatu anukampang upatai. This is she going to say to Lord Buddha, the Venerable Sir, this new fair of cloth has been spun by me. The cutting, the collecting the cotton by me, woven by me, and the make by me, especially for the Lord Buddha. Venerable Sir, let the Lord Buddha accept it from me out of compassion. Now she is mentioning, Lord Buddha, I already make new cloth by myself, my hand, especially for the Lord Buddha. Please accept my offering out of compassion. This is a meaning. Now after that, Lord Buddha told to her, Evam vutte bhagava mahapajapati gotaming etadavacha. When this was said, the Lord Buddha told her, Sangang gotami dehi sangete dinne ahanche pojito bhavisami sango chati. Gotami, give it to the Sangha. This Gotami, give it to the Sangha. When you give it to the Sangha, both I and the Sangha will be honored. Okay? Honored. Means that's a Lord Buddha told to her, you should give to the Sangha. This one. Why? Actually, Lord Buddha asked to her to give this one for the Sangha because he wanted her volition of generosity to be directed both to the Sangha and to himself. Actually, the Lord Buddha want to tell her about the benefit, want to give the higher benefit for her. Actually, Lord Buddha's intention to her welfare and happiness for a long time to come after offering this one. That's why Lord Buddha told to her this one. There's another way, why Lord Buddha not accept directly the personal offering, not direct. Later generations would be inspired to show the respect towards the Sangha and by supporting the Sangha with the 4 type of requisite would contribute. This is a meaning. But anyway, you have to understand what is the intention of the Buddha. What is the intention of the Buddha? But anyway, she not understand. She not understand what is the meaning of Lord Buddha's word. Anyway, the second time also and third time also, she said to Lord Buddha, Venerable Sir, please accept this fair of the cloth from me out of compassion. And she already, the second time, third time also she already told. At that Lord Buddha second time also and third time also explained to her, Gotami, please give it to the Sangha. When you offer to the Sangha, both I and the Sangha will be accepted or will be honored. This is a meaning. But anyway, she not understand very well about that. Then the Bhante Ananda also joined to this discussion. Then the Bhante Ananda want to explain a little bit about the Gotami, about the foster mother, no? Yeah, mother, the Gotami. Anyway, the Bhante Ananda explaining. Then the Venerable Ananda said to the Lord Buddha, Venerable Sir, let the Blessed One accept the new pair of cloth from Mahapajapati Gotami. Mahapajapati Gotami has been very helpful to the Lord Buddha. Venerable Sir, as his mother's sister, your mother's sister, she was his nurse, his foster mother, the one who gave him milk. She suckled the Blessed One when his own mother died. Now, actually, the Bhante Ananda told the Lord Buddha, Bhante, after passed away your mother, she's the taking care of you. She's the supporting for you. She's the give the milk and whatever necessity. She's a protector for you. But anyway, she already done a lot of good duties for you to protect until grow up. Then again, Bhante Ananda explained, the Lord Buddha also too has been very helpful to Pajapati Gotami. And anyway, our Lord Buddha also already returned back the helpful, returned back the duty for her. How very help, how the Lord Buddha helped to the Pajapati Gotami. Then the Bhante Ananda explained, Venerable Sir, it is owing to the Lord Buddha that Mahapajapati Gotami has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma and Sangha. Because of the Lord Buddha, the Gotami, he refused the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. And same way, it is owing the Lord Buddha that Pajapati Gotami abstained from killing living beings, from taking what is not given, from misconduct in sensual pleasure, from false speech, and from wine, liquor, and intoxicant, which are the basic of negligence. Yeah, means that because of the Lord Buddha, she start to practice the precepts, sila, start to practice morality. Then she follow the 5 discipline rule. And again, Bhante Ananda said to the Lord Buddha, it is all in the Blessed One that Mahapajapati Gotami possesses unwavering confidence in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and Sangha. She has a strong faith. She has a strong faith about Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Unshaken faith. Unshaken faith. And that she possesses the virtuous loved by noble ones. Now, she's following the 5 discipline rule definitely, without breaking. Okay, means she already became the noble. She's already Sotapatti at that time. That's why Bhante Ananda explaining step by step. The remind, like remind. But anyway, then the again say to the Lord, say to Buddha, it is owing to the Blessed One that Mahapajapati Gotami is free from doubt about suffering, about the origin of suffering, about the cessation of suffering, and about the way leading to the cessation of suffering. The Blessed One has been very helpful to the Mahapajapati Gotami. Now, because of the Lord Buddha, she understood about noble truth. Because of that, she doesn't have any doubt regarding suffering, regarding cause of suffering, regarding cessation of suffering, regarding the way leading to the cessation of suffering. Now, this way, our Lord Buddha Lord Buddha has been very helpful to the Mahapajapati Gotami. Now, this is a meaning. Then Lord Buddha replied for the Ananda, that is so Ananda. It is right. It is right, Ananda. Now, Lord Buddha want to tell very good thing. When one person owing to another has gone for refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Means that because of the one person, because of the good person, someone following right way, someone refuge the Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Actually, because of the Lord Buddha, the Pajapati Gotami says gone forth refuge to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. The Lord Buddha, I say that is not easy for the former to repay the later by paying homage to him. Very, very good meaning. Rising up for him, according him reverential solution and polite service, and by providing robes, arms, food, resting places, and medical requisites. Now, if you, the brief meaning, if someone receive Dhamma from others, from one of the teacher, someone want to gratitude for him, sometimes go and pay respect and offer whatever necessary thing and do the service, take everything. But Lord Buddha say this is the not easy to repay, former to repay the this way, not easy, not easy. This is a very, very good meaning, no? But the same way Lord Buddha explained, when one person owing the another has come to abstain from killing living being, from taking what is not given, from misconduct in sensual pleasures, from false speech, and from wine, liquor, and intoxicant, which are the basic of negligence. Now, you see, and this way also, after we receive the 5 sila from the one teacher, someone wanted gratitude for him, not easy. This is also not easy. Let's say Lord Buddha explain. I say that is not easy for the former to repay that later by paying homage to Lord him, and the blah, 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 and the medical requisites. The Sutta explain. We already told before. And again, Lord Buddha mentioned when one person owing to the another has come to possess unwavering confidence in the Buddha, the Dhamma, and the Sangha, and to the possess the virtuous loved by noble ones. Now, who's the, because of the Lord Buddha, because of the great monk, someone can be the Sotapatti after practicing Dhamma. Now, I say that it's not easy for the former to repay and later by paying homage to the Lord Buddha, him, and etc. Now, this is a meaning. And again, Lord Buddha mentioned, when one person owing to the another has become free from doubt about suffering, about origin of suffering, about the cessation of suffering, and about the way leading to the cessation of suffering. I say that is not easy for a former to repay that the later by paying homage to him, etc. Now you have to understand. Sometime because of our great teacher, we can practice in Dhamma. We can do the dana. We can do the practice meditation, and we can develop our concentration. The whatever good qualities we can build up by ourselves, in yourself you can build up. Then every time you always gratitude to your teacher. But nowadays we are always go supporting and pay respecting and whatever necessary thing we always support, we always giving an offering for him. This is a way. But anyway, then the Lord Buddha want to explain actually the Gautami's intention, the Pajapati Gautami's intention to offer only for the Buddha, not for the Sangha. Actually, her mind, her intention is personal offering, not the group of the group of the Sangha. Now that at the time the Lord Buddha want to explain to the Bhante Ananda, there are 14 kind of personal offering. There are 14 kind of personal offering. Patipuggalika Dakina, the personal offering. Okay, personal offering. Now the one by one, our Lord Buddha explained. Tathagate arahante samma sambuddhe danan deti ayang patama patipuggalika dakina. One gives a gift to the Tathagata, accomplished and fully enlightened. This is first kind of personal offering. Now see, someone going to offer dana for the Samma Sambuddha. This is a higher one. This is a first and higher personal offering. Okay. The number two, one gives a gift to the Pacheka Buddha, silent Buddha. This is the second kind of personal offering. This is second personal offering. Third one gives a gift to an arahat, disciple of Tathagata. This is the third kind of personal offering. Someone going to offer something to the one of the arahat. This is a third kind of personal offering. About the next one, one give a gift to one who has entered upon the way to the realization of the fruits of arahatship. This is the fourth kind of personal offering. The meaning that noble person already anagami, but he's practicing. He want to be the arahat, but he's on the way to arahat. This is we go arahatta pala satchikiriyaya patipanna. The Pali called arahatta pala satchikiriyaya patipanna. Patipanne puggali means that he already anagami and he's practicing, he's developing vipassana to get the arahatship. He's on the way to arahat, arahatta magga. This is a meaning. Okay, this is the person. Next one give a gift to non-returner, anagami. This is the fifth kind of personal offering. Okay. One gives a gift to one who has entered upon the way to the realization of the fruit of non-returner. This is the sixth kind of personal offering. This meaning he already Sakadagami, but he's still practicing vipassana to get anagami, but he's on the way to anagami. This is a person. One gives a gift to the one returner. This is the seventh kind of person offering. The one returner Sakadagami. One gives a gift to the one who has entered upon the way to the realization of the fruit of one's returner. This is the eighth kind of person offering. Means that he already Sotapatti and he is still practicing vipassana to get the Sakadagami. So he's on the way to Sakadagami. This is a person. Next one. One gives a gift to a stream entry, Sotapatti. This is the ninth kind of personal offering. Okay. One gives a gift to one who has entered upon the way to the realization of the fruits of stream entry. This is the 10th kind of person offering. Now, who is practicing sila, who is practicing concentration, who is practicing vipassana, who's developing the insight knowledges. Now, those are person who has good intention. I want to be the sotap. I want to be noble. I want to be the become the good person or noble person in this life. Then who's practicing like this way? Those are all are the the practitioner, all are the disciple of the Buddha, the ordinary disciple also of the Buddha also, we can say all are included to that line, because they are still they are not at Sotapatti, but they are on the way to Sotapatti. They are still practicing the Dhamma. They are developing the Samatha Vipassana meditation diligently. This is a meaning. Next one. One gives a gift to one outside of this dispensation, who is free from lust for sensual pleasure. This is the 11th kind of person offering. Now you know some of the ascetic monk, no? Ascetic monk, they have a good, very good the second powers. They have the some jhana attainment also. But they are also free from lust at that moment. Those now those are the person. Those are the peoples we call the 11th kind of person offering. Okay, those are a person out of this sasana. Okay, not in sasana, out of the sasana. Next one. One gives a gift to virtuous ordinary person. This is the 12th kind of person offering. Now this is for normal lay people. Normal lay people. One gives a gift to an immoral ordinary person. This is the 13th kind of person offering. Immoral persons, maybe some of the putujjana, dussila. Last one. Sorry. One give a gift to an animal. This is the 14th kind of personal offering. Okay, now there are 14 kind of personal offering. We already explained. Okay. Now after that, Lord Buddha hearing Ananda, by now Lord Buddha want to explain about the benefit of personal offering. Some of the benefit. Lord Buddha mentioned Tatrananda Tirachana Gati Danang Datva Sataguna Dakina Patikanki Tabba. Hearing Ananda, by giving a gift to an animal, the offering may be expected to repay 100-fold. We can say the 100th life. You can get the benefit during the 100th life. Okay. Then the about the benefit of offering for immoral person. By giving a gift to an immoral ordinary person, the offering may be expected to repay 1,000-fold. 1,000 sahasa guna, 1,000-fold. And one giving a gift to virtuous ordinary person, the offering may be expected to repay 100,000-fold. 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 We can say Satasahasa guna. Satasahasa guna. One giving a gift to one outside of sasana, who is free from lust for sensual pleasures, the offering may be expected to repay 100,000 times 100,000-fold. Koti sata sahasra guna. Koti sata sahasra guna. By giving a gift to one who has entered upon the way to the realization of the fruit of stream entry, the offering may be expected to repay incalculable and immeasurably. Means we cannot count, uncountable. Asankeyya appameya. We cannot count, we cannot measure how many life you can get the result. how many times you can get the result. We cannot measure, we cannot count. This is a meaning. Then the Lord Buddha explained what then should be said about giving a gift to a stream enterer. What should be said about giving a gift to one who has entered upon the way to the realization of the fruit of one's return. To a one's return, to one who has entered upon the way to the realization of the fruit of a non-return, to a non-returner, to one who has entered upon the way to the realization of the fruits of arahatship and an arahat, to a Pacheka Buddha. What should be said about giving a gift to the Tathagata, accomplished and fully enlightened? Now you can see, you can understand about the benefit of offering, about the personal offering. Now you can say that what is the difference between each other. First time for the someone giving something for the animal, and someone giving something for the immoral person, sometimes giving for the virtuous person, sometimes we give for the who has the second power and who has the good attainment. Those are the out of the sasana. They're like ascetic, no, etc. You have to understand the benefit of the personal offering. Then the Lord Buddha want to explain about the personal offering. They have the higher benefit after offering the sangha, not the personal offering. There are 7 kind of offerings made to the sangha. There are 7 types of way. Way. Now the sangha is a group, no? Sangha is a group, but the dosa sangha we can divide into 7 parts. 7 parts. How we understand? According to Dakkhinabhanga Sutta, Lord Buddha explained, Buddha pamuke ubato sanghe danam deti. Buddha pamuke ubato sanghe danam deti. The Buddha danam deti. Someone offer dana to the sangha of both the bhikkhu and bhikkhuni, headed by the Buddha. This is the first kind of offering made to the sangha. Okay, now someone offer the dana to the sangha of both, headed by the Buddha. This is the meaning, brother, dear brothers and sisters. This first one meaning, we are not thinking about the how many member of the sangha, how many members of the bhikkhuni. They're not thinking. Just invite the Lord Buddha to the both sangha to join our accept our dana, our offering. This is the first one. Sometimes the 20,000 sangha, 60,000 sangha, sometimes 100,000 sangha participate with the Buddha. Sometimes bhikkhunis also. We don't know. This is our intention. How many sangha, whatever sangha coming, how many sangha coming, we are not going to count. We just offer. This is the meaning. First one. Okay. The number 2. Tathagate parinibbute ubato sanghe danam deti. Someone offer dana to the sangha of the both bhikkhu and bhikkhuni after Tathagata has attained final nibbana, after passed away. The Lord Buddha already passed away. Then they invite to the both sangha. We are not they are not counted, not pointed. The whatever sangha coming from any direction, they accept and they offer dana. This is a second meaning. Third one, bhikkhu sanghe danam deti. Now someone offer dana for the only bhikkhu sangha. Only bhikkhu sangha. This one also not counted. They're not pointed. We don't know how many sangha, 20,000, 60,000, I don't know. we don't know any of the Sangha. They are not pointed. And then fourth one, Bhikkhuni Sanghe Danam Deti. Someone offer dana to the only Bhikkhuni Sangha. Bhikkhuni Sangha. Bhikkhu Sangha. This is the fourth one. Okay. Next one. Ettakam me bhikkhucha bhikkhuniyocha sanghato uddissa dana. Uddissa. Now you see, the someone offer, someone want to dana, but they are saying a point to many bhikkhus and bhikkhunis. Now they are pointed for me from the Sangha. This is the fifth one. They pointed from the Bhikkhu Sangha, how much? And for the Bhikkhuni Sangha, from how much? Then they pointed. This is the meaning. Next one, Ettakame Bhikkhu Sangho. Someone want to offer dana for the Sangha. They are saying, they pointed to the many of Sangha. They already limited. I need only 5 bhikkhus. I want the 6 bhikkhus, 10 bhikkhus, 20 bhikkhus, like this. They already mentioned. They are already preparing the food only for the 10 bhikkhus. They invited for the 10 bhikkhus. This is a point. This is a 6th one. The 7th one, Ettakame bhikkhuniyo. Someone want to offer dana, and they are saying a point. So many bhikkhunis for me from the Sangha. This is a 7 kind of offering made to the Sangha. Now you know, according to our Theravada traditional, no more bhikkhuni Sangha. Theravada bhikkhu not accept the Theravada bhikkhuni Sangha, because according to the discipline, according to the Buddha's teaching, we cannot establish the bhikkhuni Sangha again in the world. That's why Theravada tradition, we not accept the bhikkhuni Sangha. But some of the Theravada bhikkhu, they already established the Theravada bhikkhuni Sangha, but we don't know about their lineage. We guess those are bhikkhuni Sanghas, not pure, not according to the Theravada traditional. But anyway, but the Mahayana traditional and other tradition, they have so many bhikkhuni Sangha. But this is another way. Anyway, nowadays also, if someone want to offer dana, then you have also should follow according to this way. Then that's why Lord Buddha want to explain to the Queen Mahapajapati Gautami about the Sangha offerings better than person offering. This is the Lord Buddha's meaning. Okay. Now there are 7 types of Sangha offering. Then Lord Buddha want to say one important thing, because now already 2,565 years complete after Parinibbana. This sasana already completed 2,565 years. But still some more than 2,000 still remaining in the sasana. But the Lord Buddha want to explain end of the sasana, this sasana, we can see some of the person, they are mentioned, they are bhikkhu, they are sangha. Now you see, in future time, Ananda, they will be members of the clan who are yellow-necked, immoral, of evil character. People will give gift to those immoral person for the sake of the sangha. Even then, I say an offering made to the sangha incalculable, immeasurable. And I say that is no way is a gift to a personal individually, even more fruitful, then the offering made to the Sangha. Now very clear, no? Because end of the sasana also, some of the person, they are wearing the yellow color one, but they are still doing the bad thing. Their behavior is a bad way. But anyway, they are mentioned, we are the Sangha. But at that time, we also can offer dana for them. But our intention, offer to the Sangha in the past, in the future, in present. How many Bhikkhu Sangha appear in the world? Now, our intention. That's why you can offer, and you also can get the immeasurable benefit. But the according to that explain, our Lord Buddha not this is a not way is a gift to the personal individual. Actually, the Lord Buddha not reduce, not reject the person offering. Actually, the Lord Buddha want to say even more fruitful than the offering made to the Sangha. You can get the more benefit after offering Sangha. This is a meaning. Okay, this is a meaning. Then after that, the Lord Buddha want to say the very good thing for the Bhante Ananda. Chatasoko ima ananda dakkina visuddhyo. There are Ananda, there are 4 kinds of purification of offering. What are the 4? Okay, there are 4 types of purification of offering. This is very important. Attananda dakkina dayakato visujjati no patiggahakato. There is the offering that is purified by the giver, not by the receiver. But the the donor side very pure, receiver side not pure. This is the first one. Attananda dakkina patiggahakato visujjati no dayakato. There is an offering that is purified by the receiver, not by the giver. But receiver side pure, but donor side not pure. Next one. Attananda dakkina neva dayakato visujjati no patiggahakato. There is the offering that is purified neither by the giver nor by the receiver. Both sides not pure. Next one. Attananda dakkina dayakatocheva visujjati patiggahakatocha. There is an offering that is purified both by the giver and by the receiver. Both sides are pure. This is a four way to know the purification of offering. Then the Lord Buddha want to explain the what is the meaning. Katanchananda dakkina dayakato visujjati no patiggahakato. And how is the offering purified? By the giver, not by the receiver. And then Lord Buddha want to explain. Here the giver is virtuous, of good character. Now who is the donor? He has the good virtue and he has good qualities, and he the collected money and properties by right way. But the receiver is immoral, and he has a lot of evil character. Thus, the offering is purified by the giver, not by the receiver. Very clear, no? Okay. Then again, Lord Buddha explained. And how is the offering purified by the receiver, not by the giver? Here, the giver is immoral. The donor is not keeping sila, not practicing sila. And he has a lot of evil thought, evil character, evil intention, evil action. And the receiver is virtuous. He is keeping good sila. He has good behavior. He has good character. Thus, the offering is purified by the receiver, not by the giver. Okay. Again, how is the offering purified? Neither by the giver nor by the receiver. For the because both sides are not pure. Both sides are not pure. How we understand? Here, giver and receiver both are immoral. Both are keeping bad behavior. They have a lot of evil thought, evil character. Because of that, this offering is purified neither by the giver nor by the receiver. Okay. Last one. How is the offering purified? Both by the giver and by the receiver. Here, the giver is virtuous of good character and the receiver is virtuous of good character. Now, both sides are very pure, very good. They are keeping Sila, they are practicing Dhamma, they have a good behavior also. Because of that, this offering is purified both by the giver and by the receiver. This is the four kind of purification of offering. Okay. Now, I think you have I think you know now. You already get the meaning about the four type of purification. These are the four kind of purification of offering. Okay, offering. After that, Lord Buddha, then what is the blessed one said when the Sugata Tathagata had said that, the teacher said further. Now the explaining the reciting some of the Pali Gatha, regarding the four type of purification step by step. This one also, those are Gatha also very very important when you are free and who is the familiar Pali, better way to by heart those are Gatha, very useful and very helpful for us. First Gatha, Yo silava dussilesu dadati danang dhammena ladhang supasanna chitto abhisaddhang kamma phalang ularang tadakkina dayakato visujjati. The meaning, when yo silava silavantesu dadati dana, when the virtuous person to an dussiles, no, yo silava, the donor is a virtuous person, but he's giving dana for the immoral person. But the dhammena laddhang supasanna chitto, the donor with trusting heart gift righteously obtained, means he already collecting the property with right way and he has the pure mind, pure heart. Abhisaddhang kamma palang ulara, flashing faith that the fruit of action is great. His belief, the karma and result of the karma. Ta dakina daikato visujjit, that givers virtue purify the offering. Now only one side, the giver side, donor side only pure, but anyway still you can get benefit but not fully. Okay. Yo dussilo silavantesu dadati danang adhammena laddang appasanna chitto anabhisaddhang kamma palang ularang sa dakkina patiggahakato visujjati. Sa dakkina. Actually, here Pali Gatha also they have a last sentence, the thano, but actually this is sa, must be the sa. Okay. Yeah, sa dakkina. Yes, sa. Yeah, that must be sa. Okay. When an immoral person to virtuous person gives with untrusting heart, a gift unrighteously obtained, no placed faith that the fruit of action is great, the receiver's virtue purify the offering. I think you understand. Third Gatha. Yo dussilo dussilesu dadati danang adhammena laddhang appasanna chitto anabhisaddhang kama palang ularang natang danang vipula phalanti brumi. When an immoral person to an immoral person gives, but the donor also immoral person, receive also immoral person, and with untrusting heart, a gift unrighteously obtained. No place faith that the fruit of action is great, neither virtue purifies the offering. Both sides not pure. Because of that, you cannot get benefit. You cannot get the benefit. Okay, this is a meaning. Next gata, very important. Yo silava silavantesu dadati danang dhammena laddang supasanna chitto. Abhisaddahang kamma palang ularang tang vedanang vipula palanti brumi. When a virtuous person to the virtuous persons give, the donor also the keeping sila, receive also keeping sila, practicing sila. With trusting heart, a gift righteously obtained. Now the donor also the collecting the property with right way, and he has the pure trusted mind, placing faith that the fruits of action is great. His belief the karma and result of the karma. That gift, I say, will come to full fruition. Now you can say the because of this offering, you can get the full fruition, mahapala in future. Okay. Then the last gata, very quite different. This one also better way. What is the meaning? Yo vitaragesu dadati dana. The some when a passion does in the who is the cut of the raga, the passion, and that the person also already arahat. The donor also arahat. The receiver also arahat. This is the meaning. When a passionless person to a passionless person gives, means the both side the arahat. Dhammena laddhang supasanna chitto. The donor with trust in heart a gift righteously obtained. Abhisaddahang kam palang ulara. Placing faith that is the fruit of action is great. Tang vedanang amisadana magganti. That I say is the best of worldly gift. Worldly gift. Now, what is the meaning? Example in the comment just explain the Lord Buddha is one side, Sariputta Bhante one side. The donor is a Lord Buddha, receiver is a Bhante Sariputta. Then the Lord Buddha offer giving something to the Sariputta Bhante. This is one example. Then the another one, the receiver is Lord Buddha, the donor is Bhante Sariputta. Now Bhante Sariputta giving something to the Lord Buddha. Now the example, which dana is a higher, which dana is a good offering. The someone think the Bhante Sariputta's offering is higher than other. Actually, the Lord Buddha's offer is higher than Bhante Sariputta. Because why? The Lord Buddha know very well regarding benefit of the offering. The Lord Buddha's knowledge higher than Bhante Sariputta. That's why when the Bhante Lord Buddha offer something to the Bhante Sariputta, the Sariputta of the Lord Buddha, then the Lord Buddha's dana is higher than Bhante Sariputta. This is the meaning. Okay. I think that this is a way to understand the Dakkhina Vibhanga Sutta. Already covered everything. Before offering dana, you should keep the sila first, and whatever things you are going to collect, going to prepare, you should find the right way. You have to collect the money and property, requisites, everything. Please find the right way, and you have to keep good and pure mind, the before offering and the during the offering, after offering, and you should believe the meaning of the offering and resultant of the offering. Then Dhyadana will be higher you can get the higher benefit in this life and in future life until get Nibbana. This is the meaning. I think the Dakkinabanga Sutta also already finished today. May all of you be healthy. May all of you be free from all suffering and attain Nibbana soon. Do you have anything to discuss?
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you very much, Bante. Yes, anyone want to ask question? Okay, I see Sally Punyachari. You raise up your hand. You can on the mic, Sally.
Vandami Bande. So I'd like to ask the Bali listeners there during the I think 11th kind of offering like a Bahirage Game Suvidarage Danam Dedi. So that means someone offers the dana to the outside the Buddha's teaching, who is the Vidaraga person. But as we know, this type of Vidaraga person normally refers the Anagami. But outside of the Buddha's teaching, we know they do not practice Vipassana. So how can they be the Gamesu Vidaraga person?
Yeah, that's why the Lord Buddha already mentioned here. He free from lust in this moment. He has the attainment. He has the pure and the concentration mind. Because of that, this offer is we can get the benefit. In the current moment, he has a pure and attainment mind, good concentration mind, there's some psychic power. Because of that, you can get the benefit. We are not going to think about the Vipassana stage.
Oh, I see. I thought it's like an Anagami person. I thought, how can?
Okay. No, this is not the cut off the last. This is the here's the free from the last meaning. He already the how to say the dependent. Yeah. Okay.
Thank you, Bante.
Thank you, sister. Good afternoon, Bante. Thank you for today's Dhamma talk, Bante. Bante, I have few questions, Bante. So the first one is, I have seen in the Bhikkhu Bodhi's translation of the Majjhima Nikaya, in the translation, he gave one interesting footnote, Bante. So in that footnote, he mentioned that so at this time, the sutta was given. So the Mahapajapati Gotami is still the lay person. Is it correct, Bante?
Yeah, lay person.
Then Bante, if this is the case, so since the Mahapajapati Gotami is mentioned as the first bhikkhuni, Bante, so how can then we can assume that this time there is no bhikkhuni sangha, right, Bante?
Yes, there is no bhikkhuni sangha, but Lord Buddha's the mention about the at that time no more bhikkhuni sangha. It is right, okay. But the Lord Buddha mentioned this sutta not only this current moment, but Lord Buddha still about the future also.
So at that time that this sutta is delivered, there is no bhikkhuni sangha yet, Bante. But but the Buddha said bhikkhuni sangha is to anticipate future, Bante.
Yes. This is the meaning. Actually, the Pajapati Gotami is the head leader of the bhikkhuni sangha, no?
Yes.
After the passed away King Suddhodana, she together with the 500 the queens of the Sakya, the female of the Sakya, they follow the Buddha and to get the establish the bhikkhuni sasana. Actually, when the Lord Buddha visited the first time after 1 year after enlightenment, at that time, during that period, she already became Sotapatti. The Pajapati already became Sotapatti. That's why this sutta coming explain not during the first visitor, maybe later after maybe the 5 years. I cannot recognize after that this sutta rising.
Okay, Bante. Then if this is the case, then when the Mahapajapati Gotami later requests to establish the Bhikkhuni Sangha, Bante,
Yes.
the
yes.
Buddha rejected few times, Bante.
Yes. Yes.
Then
yes.
won't it be, isn't that feel weird, Bante? Because previously the Buddha has already mentioned about the Bhikkhuni Sangha. So won't the Mahapajapati Gotami at that time feel weird? Why it is rejected like that?
No. We cannot say like, because the Lord Buddha think about the future. Female, the difficult to protect the Patimokkha rule, and even though the females cannot live alone without supporting for the Sangha, Bhikkhu Sangha, and if the female Bhikkhuni must be live nearby the Sangha, always the Sangha must protect them. But all other noble person is very easy to protect, no? But sometimes some bhikkhu also not keeping sila, no? Difficult to live together. That's why Lord Buddha was thinking and mentioned, after established Bhikkhuni Sasana, the Bhikkhu Sasana also, the halfway, we have to cut off the halfway, means the after Paranibbana of the Buddha, this Sasana must be keep 10,000 years in the world. But after established Bhikkhuni Sasana, only 5,000 years they mentioned. The Chulavagga Pali Bhikkhuni Banga Bhikkhuni Khandaka also explaining about that. But anyway, first time Lord Buddha not encouraged to the female to ordain, because difficult to protect Patimokkha rule for them, especially Parajika also difficult to protect. This is the meaning.
Okay, Bante. Thank you, Bante. And then the next question is regarding the person that is practicing for the attainment of Sotapatti, Bante. So, what is the lowest limit for someone to be included in this category, Bante? Like, until what level practice?
My understanding, Vipassana level. Vipassana stage, maybe the Chula Sotapanna, maybe until from starting from the Sammasana Jnana.
Oh, okay, Bante. And then regarding the other, Bante, for example, someone who has attained the Sotapatti Pala, and then he is practicing for attainment of Sakadagami, Bante. So at what moment that person is...
this moment after Sotapatti, definitely his practice Vipassana to get the Sakadagami. No? We are not like us. We are still slowly practicing. But after Sotapatti, who complete the Sotapatti, they are practicing Vipassana diligently to get the Sakadaga. Actually, Vipassana is better to understand. Without practicing Vipassana, we cannot enter any Maggaphala, no?
Okay, Bante. So then, does it mean that maybe it's almost impossible to donate to someone who just attained the Pala, Bante? Because after he attained Pala, for example, someone has just attained the Sotapanna, Bante. And then if we give dana to him, is it that it automatically he's categorized as someone who is practicing for Sakadagami, Bante?
I'm not clear. You mean Sotapatti Magga person, Sotapatti Pala person, the two person. This is very different.
Sotapatti Pala person.
Sotapatti Pala meaning the someone already became Sotapatti. Then we offer the dana for the Sotapatti person. But the someone after receive Sotapatti, their intention, I want to be Sakadagam this life. They are practicing. This is the different person. But someone after becoming Sotapatti, they're not interested to become Sakadagam. They're still living with normal life.
Oh, so like not all the Sotapanna directly want to attain.
Not all the Sotapanna cannot be the Sakadagam Palasachikiriya Patipanna, no? The example, the during the Buddha's time, Bhante Ananda was only Sotapatti. No? He not practicing, he not became the Sakadagami Palasachikiriya Patipanna at that time. No,
Oh, yes, Bante.
you have to understand this way. Even
Okay, Bante.
the millionaire female millionaire, the Vishaka also, and the Anathapindika also, only Sotapatti. No, they are not practiced. They are not interested to go to the Sakadagami level.
Okay, Bante. Understand, Bante. Then Bante, regarding the donation to the Sangha, where like the donor asked to appoint some member of Sangha, Bante. So does it have the, like, if I remember correctly, the Sangha is mentioned as 4, right, Bante? For bhikkhu, like that. So does the person have to appoint at least 4 monks to
No. Just enough one also.
One is also enough.
Yeah, because why? Your intention for the offer to Sangha, but the present moment appear only one bhikkhu, but your intention offer to the Sangha. You should think how many Sangha appear in the past, how many Sangha will be appear in the future, how many Sangha in the present. You have to think about the 3 types of Sangha. Your intention. This is a meaning. Other you no need to think about the must be the present for bhikkhu. No, cannot say like this.
Okay, Bante. So just thinking about the past, present, and future Sangha, right?
Yes, but they have a special case. Someone want to offer Katina Dana, Katina Chivara. At that time, in the present moment, must be the 5 bhikkhus. Without
Okay,
5, less than 5 bhikkhus, you cannot offer the Katina. This is a rule for the Lord Buddha already laid down the rule.
Okay,
not lie down the rule like this rule for the accept the normal food, normal offering.
Okay, Bante. Then, so for example, like if we just like normally go to dana, for example, in my place there's only 1 bhikkhu, Bante. If my intention is for the sustenance of Sangha, for example, for the continuation of Sangha, is that already count as Sangha Dana, Bante?
Yes, Sangha Dana.
Do we have to say it, Bante? Like this is for Sangha Sademi?
But no. Yeah, you also can say, but better way to don't say also. You have to keep your mind, your intention.
Okay, Bante. So just the intention is already enough.
Yes, include. But
Okay,
if you want to offer some requisites for the Sangha, especially not the food, maybe chivara or some other properties, then after accept they offer to Sangha, but they have the explanation, brother. The example, I am alone in this monastery, but no other bhikkhus. People want to offer Sangha, but the bhikkhu accepting the personally. And that automatically become personal property for the bhikkhu, but the people they also can get the Sangha benefit of the Sangha Dana. But sometimes we don't know how many bhikkhus in the monastery. Sometimes they have the 4 or 5 bhikkhus, different place, different putti. But you offer the property for the Sangha for the 1 bhikkhus, at that time he cannot accept. He can accept, but he cannot accept the personally. Then after accept this property, and he have to collect all the bhikkhus who is in the monastery. Then he have to inform. We receive the chivara for the Sangha Dana. Like this, they have to inform. After that, Sangha have to decide this chivara who will be going to use, this property who are going to use. This way. That's why better way. If you want to offer something for the maybe special dana moment, Sangika Dana moment, it's better you can use the sentence. But the normal that you offer the food, eating food, the daily necessity for this bhikkhus. At that you have, according to your mind, you can think by your mind, I want to offer Sangha, but especially this one I'm going to offer this Bhante for medicine. But you think for the Sangha dana. At that time, I don't know how we understand. Because now the bhikkhu request, I need this medicine. Then you're going to offer, Bhante, I'm going to offer this medicine for the Sangha. At that time, if any bhikkhus stay here, that bhikkhu cannot use this medicine. But the intention is very important. Okay?
Okay, Bante. Okay, thank you very much, Bante, for all the explanations. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu.
Okay, Bante. On the screen, there's a question quite long. I just read out. There's a question regarding Vilama Sutta and Dhanakata Sutta. In Vilama Sutta, Vilama offer a lot of gifts, but said that at that time there was no one worthy of offerings. No one purified the offering. However, in Dhanakata Sutta, it is said that the pure heart of donor can purify the offering. Okay, Bante. Why was it that Vilama said that there was no one who could purify this offering? Couldn't Vilama purify his offering?
Oh, Velamas has pure mind. His side is very pure. That's why after offering, he became the low quality deva. He became the deva, but with low quality. Still, he got the benefit, but not higher, not the powerful benefit. This is the meaning. Okay.
Okay. So there's actually the whatever mentioned in the Dhanakata Sutta is not contradicting with the Vilama Sutta.
Yes.
I think what you want to ask is this. Yeah. Okay. Second question. Dear Bante, the Sutta says that by giving a gift to an animal, the offering may be expected to repay 100-fold. Is there any distinction between different kinds of animals? So in
no
other
mention. No, any animals.
Oh, like giving to elephants or bigger size animal compared to the smaller size animal?
Oh, no mention.
No mention.
No mention.
Okay. No mention. So is that okay, Elisha, is it, who asked the question? Okay,
Repeat
thank
after
you.
me. Idam me punyang asavakkaya vahang hotu. Idam me punyang nibbanasa paccayo hotu. Mama punya bhagang sabba sattanang bhajemi te sabbe me samang punya bhagang labhantu. Sadhu, 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 sukhi hotu, nibbana paccayo hotu.